Hello and welcome to Game 2 of the Black River Falls Tournament for the Immanuel Lutheran Lancers, winning their first one against Blair Taylor, 25-20 and 25-18 in 2 sets. The game before this, Indie Gilmanton and New Richmond. New Richmond ended up winning that one in 2 sets, so Indie Gilmanton is 0-1. Lancers 1-0 along with New Richmond 1-0. If the Lancers win this game, they will guarantee at least a gold bracket, which is the second best. Best being platinum. Top out of our pool goes into the platinum, then gold, then silver, then bronze. Lancers hoping to at least get a gold bracket berth here in this game. They can do so with a win. Then we'll have a game off, and then we'll play New Richmond for what could be winner going into the platinum bracket, depending on how the rest of the games go out. Indie Gilmanton will start off the serving here in the second game. Off the hands of Seibel into the floor for an ace to start. Second game for both these teams. Indie Gilmanton just losing moments ago. Currently 0-1. Lancers winning the first game here, 1-0. Received by Seibel. Star sends one back. Bartles, good touch over. Touch to the net. Diving save from back row. Off into the bleachers. No one there. Lancers tie it up at 1. Good serve from Starling, up and out of 3 hands. Seibel service on the Lancer side, over for Radical, off the net, might have been touched. Set back, blocked the net onto the Lancer side though. Not enough from Radical and Bartles as Gilmanton retakes a 1-point lead. Some lineup issue for the Indees here. And now it'll be number 0, the libero, back to serve. Leading by 1, 2-1 here early. And sends it far. Ties of the game at 2 apiece as it'll be Thompson back to serve. Quaid entering in for Gurgle. Sent to the back, off the hands of number 13, and off into the bleachers. Thompson starts him off with an ace here, putting him up 3-2. That one goes far as the Indees tie it back up at 3. Sent to the back, received by Seibel. Thompson across for Radical. Down the line, saved on the floor. Radical again, tipped into the net. And that'll go to the Lancers. 4-3, Lancers back up by 1 as it'll be Leduc entering in for Seibel. And it'll be Bartles back to serve. Set back across. Goes deep with it. Bartles is there. Thompson all the way across for Radical. Back in the air, back across. Move it over. Good save from the Indees. Back across for Radical again. Saved off the shoulder onto the Lancer side. Close to that line. Thompson takes it back across for Radical again. Good touch. Diving save again. Back across and touched over. Bartles is there. Thompson, this time for Leduc. Leduc trying to finish it. Touched by number 6 out of play. And the Lancers say it wasn't. Lancers pleading for the touch. Looked like it changed direction and went out of play. And I don't think they're going to get the call. And it's going to go with the Indees. Game now tied at 4. A lot of safe on a couple of Radical potential kills. got it done and got the point. Back across to LeDuc, sends one down, and she's in the net. 5-4, the Indies with the lead. Received by Bartles. Thompson set back for Radical. Touched into the net, and that's going to go with the Lancers. Tied at 5. Good spot in the middle, a couple of diving Indies, get it up in the air. Touch back over for Radical. Clean set from Thompson across to Starlin. Blocked at the net, going to save it on the touch. Lifting it back over to the right side, send across. Radical's there. Thompson again, this time for LeDuc. Tipped at the net, can't get it over her head. Changed the direction, tried to swing back for it. Ended up getting between her hands as the Lancers take a 1-point lead, 6-5. Radical back to serve once again. Received cleanly and set across right side. Lunging save by Radical. Thompson long set across for Starlin. She'll send one over, handled cleanly. Good touch, but can't get it over. Try to just redirect it over, came just a little bit short as the Lancers take a 2-point lead. Radical straight down center. That one received back over the net, but out of play as the Lancers go up by 3. Radical goes quickly. Right back at him, sliding save. Back row. Handled by Bartles. Thompson back for Quaid. Blocked at the net, but out of play. And that's going to go with the Lancers. Just about an inch off that line as Radical back to serve once again. Up by 4. Looking for double digits here. In the back, we couldn't decide what to do with it. Ended up going off her shoulder. Eventually bumped over, Radical's there. Back for Starlin, fading away. To the back and handled cleanly. Set back right side. Miss hit under the net, and the Lancers up by 5, 10-5 early. Lancers running a 6-point run here. 2 more points, Indies might have to think of sort of timeout. Good spot there off the top of the net. Handled cleanly and set back. Tip to the net, handled by Radical. Again for Starlin. Into the net, and the Indies get it back. 10-6, Lancers fill up by 4 as number 13. Nope, number 5 is going to enter. For 11. And number 5 will head back to serve. Received by Bartles off the side. Diving save by Quaid, but sent it backwards. Didn't really have a good chance on that as it went straight at her. Good reaction on to even get it up in the air. But no one there to send it back over as 10-7. Now the score, back to third, number 5 once again. Received by LeDuc. Set for Starlin. Blocked at the net, saved, tipped up in the air, and sent back over for Bartles. Thompson again, this time for LeDuc. Bad angle on it, still gets it over. Good touch back, Radical's ready. Thompson back for Quaid. Good spot from Quaid, diving safe, back in the air, but out of play. Lancers get it back, up by 4, 11-7. Quaid, who got that point, now going to head back to serve. And into the net. Circle back in, this time for Quaid, along with 16 for 15. 13 for 7. And more confusion with the Indy lineups. Trying to figure out who's serving. Looks like number 6 at the moment. And now going to be number 7. And Gergo's still trying to come in for Quaid. Now they will. They'll figure it serve, 11-8, 3-point game in favor of the Lancers. Received by Radical. Set up for Thompson. Tips in the net. Saved, and just before the half-court line, nope, just touched over. Lancers go up by 4, 12-8. And now 13 will come in for 7. Back to serve. Touched over, Radical diving save. Throwing back across for Thompson, tipped in the net, save once again. Step back and touched over. Received by Radical. Starlin out of position, gets back for it. Thompson, good spot, lunging save, back across, set back up back row for number 12, and she'll touch it over. Radical is there. Starlin set up for Thompson again. Gets a clean hit on it, blocked to the net, tipped back to the Lancers side, and Starlin's there. Thompson once again, blocked at the net, Bartles is there. Back over to the Indy side. Close to the net, Thompson will touch back over, double hit there, saved on the pancake to the floor, and Radical sends it back. Starlin back up for Bartles. Blocked at the net, tipped in the air by Thompson, and Lancers in the net. Wild sequence there, a lot of diving saves from both sides, but the Indies get it done and bring themselves back within 3. Seibel in for Leduc. With number 6 back to serve once again. Down the line, Radical's there. Thompson will bump it back for Starlin. We'll bump it to the way back. Sent back up and set up for number 8. Blocked to the net by Thompson. Bumped around and eventually sent over. Starlin up for Bartles. And she's in the net again. Brings the game back within 2. By Radical. Set up for Bartles once again. Touch it to net, lunging save. Set back center. Radical's there. Starlin trying to touch it over just off the top of the net. Right idea, but just not quite enough on it. As the Indies now find themselves back within 1 with a chance to tie. Down the line, Radical diving save. Back up for Starlin. She'll just bump it to the back. Set across right side, tipped it to net, diving save by Thompson, off the net, Bartles saves it, and Starlin gets it over. Good save from the Lancers, Gilmanton, good opportunity here, set across, Seibel. Starlin sends it back up into play, Thompson, good spot from Thompson. From back corner up to Thompson, beautiful spot for her, and she sends it back down to give them the Lancers a 2-point lead. Starlin back to serve. Receive center and set back. Touches by Radical onto the Lancer side to send it right back to the Indies, back within 1. Couple of subs in for the Indies. That's the libero number 0 and back to serve. Off of Seibel's hands into the back wall as the Indies knock down an ace to tie it up at 13. To the corner, Radical lets it go. 14-13 going back to the Lancers. And it'll be Thompson back to serve. Way to let her in for Gurgle. That's libero. Set back up. Thompson is there. Straight across for Radical. Gonna have to touch it over. Good spot. Diving save off the net. Can't be saved off the net. As the Lancers go up by 2. Thompson on the line, lets it go, but drops down onto the line. Good movement on it. Looked like it might have gone out initially. Ended up curving back right at the end before hitting the back line, about 2 inches from the back as well. For a beautiful ace from Thompson, up 3 now. Goes opposite side, lunging save. Set back up, cross court, out of play. 17-13, Lancers go up by 4. Riding a 4-0 run. Thompson trying to keep it going. Off the net, drops down in front of the libero. Another ace for Thompson as the Lancers go up 5. Game starting to get away from the Indees here. 1 or 2 more. Might be thinking about a timeout. Right back center, handled cleanly. Set back, off the net and over. Rolled along the top of it and dropped down. No Lancer in the area as the Indees get it back within 4. Number 15 now back to serve for the Indees. The back received by Radical. Set across for Radical on the run. Just going to punch it over. Handled cleanly. And set across right side. Too high. As the Lancers get it back. Leduc back in for Seibel. And it'll be Bartles back to serve. And that one goes far. Sends it right back to the Indees. Now within 4 once again. 12 entering in for 8. And it looks like it'll be 12 back to serve. Received by Bartles. Thompson back set for Radical on the run. Good fade. Trying to swing it back over her head. Got a piece of it, but not enough. There's a good read from Radical. Puts the Lancers into the 20s, now up by 5. And she'll be heading back to serve. Good spot, lunging save. Going to be set across right side. Going to touch it over. Good anticipation from Thompson. Quaid sets it across for Starlin. Cross court. Saved and sent back up center. She'll just bump it over. Received by Quaid. Big chance for the Lancers here. Set across for Starland. Cross court too far. Had the space, but just put a little bit too much air on it as it goes back to the Indees, back within 4. A couple of subs in. Number 5 back to serve. Received by Bartles. Thompson up center for Leduc. Sends to the side, up the hands at 12. As Leduc knocks down a kill to bring him back up by 5. Gurgle back in for Quaid. And looks like it'll be Gurgle back to serve. Sends him deep, handles cleanly, steps back. And touched over the corner. Good job from Gurgle to let it go about an inch off that line. Was ready to hit it, the last second let it go. And ended up dropping out of play. There's a line drive back center. On the run, Radical's there. Starlin up center for Thompson. Good touch, blocked immediately. Not enough air on it. As Gilmanton gets it back. Down by 5, 22-17. Trying to keep hope alive in this one as the Lancers get very close to taking the first set. Need to get a run of serves in here. And more lineup confusion for the Indees. Got it figured out. As this one goes center to Radical. Starlin up for Thompson. Down the line, too far. 22-18, they're back within 4. The back, Bartles is there, and that one goes into the Lancer bench. As their lead is cut now down to 3. Indees looking for 1 or 2 more. on this serving run. Trying to give them the best opportunity to come back if it goes back to the Lancers. Punching save by Bartles. Throwing across for Thompson. Blocked at the net. Put on to the Indees side. Lancers go back up by 4. And the Duke just 2 points away from winning this first set. We've had some good serves in tonight. Trying to keep that going here, just off the net. Good save back to Lancers side. Sent right back by Bartles, handled cleanly. Set up center. Radicals there. Stolen across for Thompson. Down the line, diving save, back up in the air. Blocked at the net, save once again. Touch it over. Starling across for Bartles. Blocked at the net. Sent right back, and into the 20s are the Indees within 3. Seibel in for the Duke. Down the line, Radical lets it go, and it drops down onto it. Would have been very close, but the last second just tailed back in. And an ace for the Indees brings them within 2. 23-21 here now. Screaming off the net, off a Seibel, back-to-back aces for the Indees. And it looks like Coach Lau's going to take his first time out, and he will. 23-22, Indees starting to mount a comeback here. 1 point away from tying with the Lancers, 2 points away from winning the first set. Back for the timeout, 23-22, Lancers up by 1, led by as many as 6 in this game. Now the Indees trying to make a comeback here, chance to tie it. Number 6 back to serve. To the corner, Seibel lets it go. And they're going to call it out. Wow. That looked into me, I'm not going to lie. But no one really saw it, and I just called it out. So, it's Lancer point. It was out, 24-22, chance to win it here. Back across court, Radicals there. Townsend across for Radicals. Ends up going over the net to the Indy side. Sent back deep, drops it down on the line. What a play from the Indees. Read it beautifully and just lost it over the head of Gurgle. Dropping down a few inches from that back line to bring themselves right back within 1. 24-23, chance to tie with a point here. Lancers a chance to win it. Serving is number 0. Off the net, it drops down in front of Starland. An ace for the Indees, and we're tied at 24. Big deciding point here. Both teams are going to go up by 1 with a chance to serve for the win. 24-24 is their current score. To the back, lets it go, and it's out. Big serve and just puts a little too much air on it. Out by about 2 inches in the back. Lancers back up by 1, 25-24. And it'll be Leah Townsend, number 4, back to win the set for him. Gurgle exits, Cueto enter. Thompson to take the first set. Set across right side, fading away into the net, and that'll do it. Lancers hold on. Had a 6-point lead, brought back tied at 24. Serve goes long, and into the net ends it 26-24. Lancers take the first set and are 1 away from clinching a berth in the gold bracket. We'll be back in 3 minutes for the second set with the Lancers. Chance to get their second win of the year. we're back for set 2. Lancers taking the first set, 26-24. News from across the tournament is Lancers and New Richmond atop Pool A, both 1-0, followed by Blairtown and Indy Gilmanton at 0-1. In Pool B, Nakusa and Whitehall both 1-0, with LaFarge and Black River both 0-1. Baroque and Blair Taylor both 1-0 in Pool C, with Lacrosse, Logan, and DeSoto both being 0-1. And then in Pool D, CFC and Kickapoo both 1-0, with Tomah and Melman both 0-1. Other games have yet to finish here, as Lancers ahead of every other bracket here. We're on our third game. Everyone else is just finishing up their seconds and just starting up on their thirds. Lancers hope to end this one early in just 2 sets. Won the first one 26-24. Starts out with an ace from Starland off the hands of 15 out of play, as they take an early 1-0 lead here in the second set. Good drop on that. Drops in front of number 15. Seemed a little bit longer the first time. Got her to step back and then dropped it right in front of her for back-to-back aces to start for Starland. Going down the line, but off the top of the net. Back-to-back aces sends the third one to the net. It's a 2-1 Lancer lead to start us off, as number 8 enters the 15, and number 6 will head back to serve. Down the line, Radical's there. Set back for her. Drops it down center. Good kill from Radical, brings him up by 2. Thompson now back to service plate, enters. Good spot, diving save, back in the air, gonna send it back up center, and back bumped over. Quaid backing up, right to Thompson, across for Radical. Radical, good touch of the net, diving save, back across, and Starling can't get there. Good recovery from the end, he's in a great spot in the back to send the serve right back to him. 3-2 now as they have a chance to tie it up. Number 12 back to serve for the Indees. Lunging save by Starland. Thompson across for Radical. Blocked at the net. Radical going for a kick and ends up dropping down under her foot. 3-3 now. They need a chance to take their first lead of the second set here. And that one goes long. Lancers hold on to a 1-point lead. 4-3. Serve going right back to them. It'll be Bartles to take it. The back, handle cleanly. Set up and into the net. We'll start the lines. They're going to say it was. Back over received by Bartles. Across for Radical. Into the net. And the game tied back up at 4. Wilbert number 0 back to serve. Down the line, Radical's there. Thompson across for Leduc. Good touch over the net. Handle cleanly and set back that side. Across, Bartles off into the bleachers as that one went long. Indees with the first lead of the second set, trying to extend it. Libero back once again. Bartles is there, handles it cleanly. Thompson on the run, sets it up for Quaid. Sit back and handled by Leduc. Thompson gets recentered. Radical on the run. And they get it back over. Set up center. Off the net. Thompson's there. Radical good fake off the net. Handle and set back right side. Cross court once again. Radical hesitates and it drops on the line. Went for it, pulled back. Went for it, pulled back at the last second and just nicked that outside edge. As Indees now go up by 2. Received by Starling. Thompson across for Leduc, fading away. Still gets you down that line. Good save. And it's set back right side and back into the net. As the Lancers bring it back within one. Down the line, handled cleanly. Sent up right side, cross court. That one might have gone far. Thompson will save it. Quaid back up for the Indees side. But a double hit on Quaid. $15 will enter in. He'll head back to serve. Still leading by 2, 7-5. There to receive it. Set back up for Starlin. No angle at all. Ends up going off the pole. As Lance is going to go for an early timeout. 8-5. Indees up by 3 here in the second set. Back from the timeout. Indees up by 3, 8-5. As they'll continue to serve. This one set back across for Starlin. High to the ceiling, get a touch. Not much change. It'll be touched back over by the Indees. Dumps back across for Starlin again. Off the net, diving save, back in the air, and gonna touch it over. Thompson again, this time for Radical back row. Handled cleanly and set up center. Fading away. Plunging save by Radical. Across for Leduc. Leduc bad angle, going to be saved anyway. This time left side, into the net, and the Lancers hold on to bring themselves back within 2. Girdle in for Quaid, and it'll be Girdle back to serve. Received and set up center. Goes deep. Was it touched? And they're going to say it was. Indees get the point right back. Now 9-6. And number 16 will head back to serve. Right at Radical. Starling up center for Leduc. Gonna have to fade away to get it. Good spot. Diving save back up. And gonna get it over. And it drops down on the line. Beautiful play from the Indees as they find double digits, now up by 4. Right at Radical once again. Starling across for Thompson. Off the net, diving save. Trying to send it back as Leduc. Stays on the Lancer's side and is being touched over by Starling. Back across left side. Goes deep, Radical there on the lunge. Starling back across for Thompson. Trying to go down the line, ends up getting enough of it, but was in the net. So it's going to go to the Indees. We're now up by 5, 11-6. And into the net. And that one's not going to count because there was a ball in the opposite court, even though it went into the net, but technically. Starling going to touch it over. Back across. Fading away, rolling along the net. Saved by Leduc. Back to the Indy side. Set back on the run. Blocked on a play. 12-7 as Indees now go up by 5. Received by Radical. Gurgle trying to save it. Back in play, Radical bumps it over. Kneeling save, set back on the run again. Good touch down the line. Back to back on the run. This time just a little finesse over the hands and right onto the line for a 7-point Indy lead. Right at Radical, receives it cleanly. Set up center for Thompson. Save, set back. He's gonna bump it over. Radical's there, big chance for the Lancers here. Starland up, Thompson. Off the shoulder and out of play. Thompson breaks the run and brings the Lancers back within 6, 13-7. As it'll be Leduc back to serve for the Lancers. Leduc safe, set back on the run again. Blocked and onto the Lancer side. 3 times in the last 4 points. It's had the running kill. And the angle's been working out for very well. Getting it off the Lancer defender's hands and getting it back onto their side. Or just giving it a nice touch over it. She's now back to serve. And that angle does not work out for her. Off by about 4 feet down that line. Going right back to the Lancers, 14-8. Starland back to serve. To the back. Receive and set up center. Tipped at the net and drops down. As the Indees get it right back up by 7. Number 6 back to serve now. Right at Seibel. Thompson up for Radical, fading away. Good save out of Libera and set back up on the right side. She's going to have to bump it over. And wrong side of the pole and out of play. Going back to Lancers within 6. Wade back in for Gurgle. And it'll be Thompson back to serve. Receive center. Set center. Throwing up the net. Queen can't get under it. Starling was there, but sent it right back into the net. As the Indees go right back up by 7. Both teams trading points here. Gonna work in the Indy favor with a 7-point lead. Over Starling, sends one high, touches ceiling. Seibel can't readjust. And an ace for the Indees brings them up 8. And Lance is going to switch it up. They're going to send in Kazemba for Seibel. Kazemba played the last 3 points of their second set in their first game against Blair Taylor. Now coming in here, down 8. Over for Starling. Bartle sends it back for Quaid. He'll touch it over. Diving save. Gets back up in the air. Across right side. Starling is there. Thompson set across for Radical and into the net. This time their jump sent it early. 18-9, a 9-point lead. Reserve it. Received by Starland. Radical's there, she'll send one up for Bartles. Blocked at the net and right back down to Lancer's side. 19-9, a 10-point lead for the Indees. Lunging save by Starland. Radical back up for Bartles once again. Touched, saved, set back, and they'll touch it over. No one there. Miscommunication by the Lancers again. An 11-point lead for the Indees. And now Larson gonna enter for the first time tonight for Bartles. Received by Starling. Thompson across for Radical. She'll knock one down, and the Lancers break the run, but not before The Indees get up to the 20s, leading by 10, 20-10. Leduc back in for Kazumba, and it'll be number 14, Larson, back to serve for the first time today. Received and set up on the run, and into the net. Not high enough. Should have readjusted, thought she could make it, ended up hitting the top part of the net. Lancers within 9. In need of a large run here to try to keep this set alive. That one goes a little bit short. Still gets over, handled and set up and over. Received by Starlin. Thompson up for Radical. Doesn't get all of it, still gets it over. Handled and set back on the right side. She's gonna have to bump it over. And received by Radical. Big chance for the Lancers here. Set back for Radical. Tipped at the net and out of play. And the Lancers now within 8. Good spot from Larson, running save, backhand side, Quaid sends it right back and handled cleanly. Set back right side, into the net, was it touched? It was not, going back to the Lancers, and they're within 7. Lancers have not really had to come back so far in the first few sets they've played this year. Trying to get something here. They've brought it within 7 currently, set back center. Tipped at the net, diving safe, back in the air. Radical's there and sends it down. Beautifully done from the Lancers. Radical finishes it off, and the Lancers now within 6. Save, gonna set it back, just gonna fake it over, good save, tipped up in the air for Starling. Quaid trying to send it up, saved by Thompson again. Radical, good touches, back to the Indy side. Sent back deep, Thompson's there. Sent back again, Radical's there. Thompson now gonna set it. Radical, bad angles, can't quite get it over. Couple of nice saves on either side. Thompson finally got a set off, but it was just a little bit too long for Radical. As the Lancers string together 5, bring themselves back within 7 now, 21-14. Hoping to get this one back as quickly as possible. Received by Radical. Thompson across for Leduc. Fading away. Bad angle again. Going to get it over. Touched over. Saved by Thompson. Radical across for Leduc once again. Tipped to the net. Drops down. Big kill from Leduc to send it right back to the Lancers. They're within 6, 21-15. And it's Radical back to serve. Running save, goes awry, trying to send it back into play and does. Gonna have to flip it over. Received by Larson. Another big chance for Lancers across for Starland. Miscommunication, has to just bump it over now. Down the line and drops it down. Lancers had a chance to set up something. Miscommunication gives the Indees a chance to set up something. And they convert. Splitting the Lancers defense and sending themselves up by 7. 22-15. Number 15 back to serve. Received by Larson. Thompson up for Radical. Good touch. Running safe. Sends it back center. And he'll send one over. Radical is there. Thompson across for Starlin. Tipped at the net. Save once again. And they're going to say Indees in the net. As the Lancers are going to get it back. 22-16. Had a nice run. They've traded a few points. Need to go on a run once again, so it'll be Gurgle back in for Quaid, and it'll be Gurgle back to serve. Need to string together a few here. Gurgle's first. Set up. Not a good angle, gonna send one deep. Radical's there. Thompson set for Thompson, and a little too far. 23-16, it's gonna go right back to the Indees. Radical gonna let it go, and that one drops onto the line. Just hitting the back of it. And the Lancers' comeback effort starting to stall out here as the Indees just 1 point away from tying it up at 1 set apiece and forcing a third set. Received by Gurgle. Starlin back. Duke fading away. Off the hands of 16 and out of play. Gives the Lancers one last chance here. 24-17. Needs 7. The fourth extra points here, and trying to do it will be number 2, Leduc. And she'll start off with an ace. Best way to start a comeback. 24-18 now, a 6-point game. Another nice spot there, handled cleanly. Set across court, diving attempt by Radical. Out of play, might have gone out, would have been very close. Radical took the chance, ended up not paying off anyway. As 25-18 is your second score. Lancers won the first one, 26-24. Losing the second one, 25-18. We'll be back in a few moments for set 3 to 15 to see who will take the second game. Back for set 3. Lancers bring the first one in a tight one, 26-24. And end up losing the second one after a big run in the center of it. 20-9 was the highest peak of the lead for the Indees. Lancers got a little bit back. They ended up dropping it 25-18 by 7. Now in the final set, first to 15 will take this game. Lancers looking to go 2-0. Indees hoping to go 1-1. Both trying to keep their hopes alive in the platinum bracket. Starlin to start us off. Lunging safe, set up. And diving attempt into the hands of Seibel under the floor as the Lancers go down 1-0 to start. Number 8 in for 15. And number 6 back to serve. Received by Starlin. Thompson set up for Radical. Good touch, blocked at the net, sent away. As the Indees go up 2-0. Received by Starlin. Thompson across for Radical. Knocks one down. Brings the game back within 1 and sends the serve back to Thompson. Quaid entering in for Gurgle. Sent up close to the neck, and a touch over blocked by Radical, tipped up and over. And Seibel off her hands and out of play. 3-1 as it head back to the Indees. 12 back to serve for the Indees, up by 2, 3-1. Received by Radical. Set up for Radical. Cross court on the line. Ends up ball almost in the third court over there. That's Radical. 2 kills in the set. The only 2 points for the Lancers. 3-2. It'll be Bartles back to serve with a chance to tie. Gonna set it back on the run. Goes long. Received by Starlin. Back up for Radical again. Good touch. Blocks the net. Radical will save it. Thompson back for Quaid. Quaid sends one long and handled cleanly. Set up right side. They're going to go back row. Cross court. Too far. No touch. Lancers tied back up by 3 with a chance to get their first lead of this third set. Bartles back once again. Off the net. Drops down for an ace. Lancers go up by 1. 4-3. Hit there with number 16. Wanted to go set, dropped at the last second, ended up sending it right to the floor. 5-3, back-to-back aces for Bartles as the Lancers go up by 2. Diving save here. Set back on the run. Bartles can't get underneath it. Couldn't quite get down fast enough, ended up going a line drive right under the net as the Indees bring it back within 1, 5-4. And it'll be Libero number 0, trying to tie this one up once again. Radical receives it. Set back for Radical. And sends it long. Game tied up at 5. Down the line, that one gonna get out. The Lancers maintain a 1-point lead, 6-5. And it'll be Radical back to serve. Good spot from Radical. Once again, caught in between, ended up setting it straight to the floor. An ace for Radical brings the Lancers up by 2. Save. And miscommunication as Radical gets another ace and the Lancers up 3. Down the line. Handled and sent back. He's going to have to bump it over. Oh, now they're going to try for a spike. Ends up getting it down that line. Thompson gets up on it, and Starlin touches it over. Sent up right side and into the net. 9-5. Lancers go up 4. Indees starting to fade here in this third set. Might be thinking about a timeout here fairly soon, and there it is. 9-5. Lancers up 4, just 6 points away from taking the third set and the second game of the tournament. Score currently 9-5. Back from the timeout. Lancers up by 4, 9-5. Radical still serving here in this third set. Winner take all to 15. Handled in the back and sent up. And miscommunication. Dropping down in between them. Now 10-5 as the Lancers go up by 5. Radical to the back. Going to be sent back across right side. Goes cross court. Diving save by Quaid. Sent to the back and drops down on the line. Good spot. There's no one there to cover. As Quaid had to go diving for it. Goes back to the Indees, now within 4. The back, Radicals there. Thompson up center for Ledoux. Just a tad far on the back line by about 3 inches or so. As the Indees now bring themselves within 3. To the back, Bartles is there. Radical not going to make it there. Back to the wall. As Bartles couldn't quite send it forward. As the Lancer lead, which is once 5, is now down to 2. Just along the top of the net, Thompson sets one back up for Radical. Too far. And the Lancer lead now down to 1. Now the Lancers might be thinking about a timeout here fairly soon. Thought they had a firm hold on this, and now a chance to tie for the Indees. Received by Radical. Thompson back for Starland. Along the net, drops down. Enough power on it from Starland to force it over. Lancers up 2 now, 11-9. As Gurgle enters for Quaid, and Gurgle heads back to serve. Lunging save, and blocked by Leduc at the net. Getting it done to bring him up 3. Good spot from Gurgle, lunging save, and that'll be an ace for Gurgle. 13-9, they're up by 4, just 2 points away. And a timeout by the Indees. No timeout? Yes, timeout. Some miscommunication. Some of the Lancers thought it was timeout. Most of the Indees thought it was a timeout. Gurgle served it. And now both of the referees discussing it. And they are not going to get the timeout, and they will replay the serve. I believe he told Gurgle to serve, and then the timeout was called. So Gurgle saw the serve sign, went ahead and served it. Everyone else saw the timeout, so they all left. So it'll be 13-9. Gurgle will reserve. No timeout given. Received and sent back. Good touch over. Radical's there. Back across for Thompson at the net. Radical saves it. Starland back up for Thompson. Good touch down the line. Diving save. Sent back. And gonna get it over. Received by Bartles. Starland back up for Leduc this time. Into the net. And the Indees now within 3. And we'll see if they call timeout, and they will not. So 13-10, a couple of subs in. 16 back to serve for the Indees. They're within 3, 13-10. And into the net. 14-10, Lancers just 1 point away. And now a timeout by the Indees. 14-10. Lancers up 4 here in this 3rd set. Back to the timeout. Leduc with a chance to win it for the Lancers here in this 3rd set. Set back for number 7, tipped over. Radicals there. Starland up for Thompson. Blocked at the net, saved by the Indees. Back up across left side. And drops it down. Indees keep themselves alive. Need 3 straight to keep it going here. Side Lennis for Leduc. Number 7 back to serve, 14-11. The back, Radicals there. Starlin center for Thompson. Blocked and in the ground. Thompson a kill to end this one in 3. 15-11 in the final. 26-24 in the first one, 25-18 in the second, and then 15-11 as the Lancers improve to 2-0. And they'll have a game off before taking on New Richmond. New Richmond 1-0 will take on Blair Taylor in a few moments, who are currently 0-1. And Lancers will play their final game against New Richmond with a chance to go to the Platinum bracket with another win. Have clinched at least a gold bracket here with this win against the Indees. That game should be on in about an hour, hour and a half, so about 12:30, 1 o'clock-ish Wisconsin time. And that'll be our final pool play game before we'll take another game off before heading to our assigned brackets, whenever that may be. Lancers hold on and can improve to 2-0 on the year and 2-0 at Black River Falls Tournament.